Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel. My name is Adriana and I'm going to be giving you a reading for the month of April. Now to begin, I would like to say that this is a general reading for anyone with a sun, moon, or rising sign of Aquarius, so this may not be meant for you specifically. So I'm going to do this in a bit of a different order because I think it's going to make the most sense that way. So first we have what it is that would benefit you to changing your thinking patterns for April. We have negative core beliefs. So the card says write down the thoughts that come in that lead to your distress. But essentially, I'm seeing this as you have negative core beliefs and you're being asked for April to deal with these negative core beliefs and shifts them into positive ones. So basically what this card is saying is to help you figure out what these negative core beliefs are. So pay attention to the negative thoughts that come in your head and then try and pinpoint what underlying belief is beneath that negative thought, because there's layers to our thoughts, right? So, so for example, it says on here, believing other people take you for granted. So that is a negative thought, but beneath that, there can be something greater, as in like, no one loves me. That could be a core belief that comes, that built into no one, that people take you for granted. They take you for granted because they don't love you. Because if they did love you, then they wouldn't take you for granted. So, pinpointing what these negative core beliefs are, and then working through those. So, then with that, we have your lesson for April, which is to forgive and forget. So I'm getting that with these negative core beliefs can come with some old wounds and resentments that you are still holding on to. And so you're being asked to forgive those resentments and forget those resentments so that they are no longer shaping your core beliefs. So, for example, you might have had a traumatic childhood where your parents, mistreated you. And if this happened, then you're going to have difficulty trusting other people and trusting that they love you specifically, because you were not able to trust the love of your parents. So that's going to give you a negative core belief that no one is trustworthy and no one actually loves you. But if you can forgive and forget that past childhood trauma, then you can learn to begin to trust people again. So by forgiving and forgetting, you're going to be able to work through these core beliefs. And then we have coming in for what it is that you need to let go of. We have cycles. And so what I've seen for this of cycles is like cycles of up and down of feeling more positive and then feeling more negative. So this could be depression. This could be feeling okay with other people and then suddenly distrusting them, for example. Or you are able to have positive thoughts and then out of nowhere these negative core beliefs come back into play and make you, judge everything and really hold you down. So let go of that cycle. Stop spinning into it. Stop allowing these negative core beliefs to have control over you. What you're being told to focus on this month is be fluid. And I just got in coming for that's how you're going to avoid these cycles and it bringing you down. Allow yourself to be fluid. So if it gets coming towards you, move up and over above it so it cannot attach onto you and pull you down. I know that's an analogy and it's easier said than done, but, by raising your vibration, that's going to help do that. You're going to lift yourself above it so that it can no longer attach onto you and pull you down. So for your tarot cards then, we have coming in the Lovers, which for this I was getting union, like an internal union is what I'm getting from this. So the two sides of yourself, the side of yourself that has these negative core beliefs, the side of yourself that is higher than that. So if you have that union, then you're no longer going to go into these cycles because you're not going to be moving in cycles. You're going to be standing in place with two halves of yourself. So if you have the two halves of yourself, then you can forgive and forget to merge. So you can let go of the actual core beliefs that this side of yourself holds on to. Don't get rid of this side of yourself. Let go of the negative core beliefs attached to that side. And then you can merge the two sides of yourself into a union so that you can become one. And then we have coming in the King of Pentacles, which has to do with being practical and about the material world. So I'm getting a sense of, okay, so being practical in the material world, but what I'm getting to is that you can have more of a observant perspective on reality. Whereas before this, you've had more of a cynical outlook on it because of these negative core beliefs. So you've had this cynical perspective, and it has made you to possibly not act practically. You might have pushed people away who didn't have negative intentions, or you might have specifically not engaged with certain people or done certain things, or you have possibly acted hurtfully towards other people because of misjudging their intentions and the interactions that you've had with these people. And so by having this union within yourself, you're going to have this more practical, observant perspective on reality, and then having more practical interaction with your reality. And then we have the Hangman coming in, which has to do with surrender. So I'm getting that you would then more surrender to the world and how the world is. So recognize and surrender to the way the world is instead of having these negative core beliefs that are making you feel negative about the way that the world is. So the underlying message here is just that you're being asked to deal with these negative core beliefs, and then this is your guidance on how to do that. So with that is the end of your reading for April, Aquarius, and I do hope that you did find it useful, at least a little bit. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing.